I'm Miss Abby with CalFresh UC Healthy Living, University of California, and today I'm going to be harvesting some lettuce in our school garden to donate to our local food pantry. As you can see, I have all of our supplies set up behind me, and I'll be taking you through each of the steps one by one to show you how to safely harvest food out of a school garden to donate to people in need. First thing we're going to need to do is I have some Clorox wipes, and I'm going to wipe down our workspace where our fresh produce will be going to make sure it stays safe and clean. So that's all clean. Next thing I'm going to need to do, I'll make sure I put this in the trash, and I'll show you our next step. All right, before we touch anything to do with food, what do we have to do with our hands, guys? That's right, let's clean our hands. I have our garden sink. I have some antibacterial hand soap, a little squirt on my hands, some water. And who remembers how long we have to keep our hands scrubbing for? 20 seconds, right? 1, 2, count with me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now I can rinse them off. And I'm going to make sure I dry them. I have a paper towel, get my hands nice and dried off, and then make sure I put the paper towel in the trash. Now, if for some reason your garden or your yard, you don't have a sink outside, we have our backup plan, hand wipes. Same thing as washing your hands in the sink. You pull a hand wipe and you want to clean palm of your hands, back of your hands, in between your fingers for a count of 20. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Make sure you throw your wet wipe away when you're done. That's our next step. All right, now my hands are all clean. I have my harvesting supplies right here. I have some clippers, which I like to use because we're harvesting lettuce today. I can cut it off and leave it to grow some more. I also have a clean and washed harvesting bucket. I will be putting the lettuce inside of this. And when I bring it over here to wash it in the sink, I'll be using a clean colander to run under the water. So that's ready to go. Now, before I even go over to harvest the lettuce, one last step I need to do are put gloves on. Now, I know my hands are already clean, but I'm going to be touching food for other people, and we need to be extra careful right now. So I am going to put some rubber gloves on before I head over to the garden to harvest our beautiful lettuce. I'll see you over in the garden. All right, so I'm over here in our lettuce bed. I'm still being very careful not to touch the edges because I have on clean gloves. And I will be harvesting a head of lettuce to put in our clean red bucket to be washed. And then this will be taken over to our local food pantry. So I very carefully lift this up, and I'm gonna cut underneath right at the stem. There's our lettuce. You can see I cut it right off at the stem. There's still some of the plant in the ground, so we can grow more lettuce later if we want. And I'm going to put this in the bucket. And then I'll get some more lettuce. All right, as you can see, this is totally full of lettuce. We still have some more to harvest, but I'm going to take this on over and we'll get it washed. Now we are at the sink. We have our lettuce. I'm going to turn the water on. Still have my gloves on. I'm going to very carefully wash all of this lettuce off. take the bad leaves off. And just get it all nice and washed. Really clean. Make sure there's no dirt in there on the leaves. Of course, once people get this lettuce, they're also going to have to wash it some more themselves, but I like to have it as clean as possible before passing it on to anybody. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake. And it's going to go into our big black bin, ready for delivery. And I'll be doing this with all the rest of the lettuce. So here's our harvested lettuce, all washed, complete, bad leaves removed, and put in the bin, ready for delivery. Now, time for cleanup. Now that our lettuce is done, I want to clean up our tools, starting with our clippers that I use to cut the lettuce. So I'm going to rinse it in the sink, very carefully, of course. And I'm going to follow up with a Clorox wipe to make sure it's extra clean. Re-wipe my surface, and I can set it there to dry. Throw my Clorox wipe away. So more on the cleanup. I also have a bunch of lettuce leaves left over that I pulled off. These were some bad lettuce leaves, might have a little rot on them, weren't the best ones. So I'm going to repurpose these though for the garden in the future. I'm going to dump them into our compost bin. Now we have this empty, our colander's empty. I'm going to take these over and wash them in the sink as well. Alright, so these are all clean now. Just going to set them out to dry. Make sure all the water is dumped out of this bucket. Lay this out to dry. And now, I think it's time to pack up my stuff and get over to the food pantry and give them their donation. There goes our lettuce.